You know, I'm glad this whole Aiden Ross situation with Dochi and all of that has gotten as much attention as it has. Glasses, Joe Button, a few others commented on it. Top Dog, I think. But one of the things that I fear is probably going to happen, and I'm not sure, is that because it's dominated the news cycle for about what, about a week now, and almost, is that it's just going to fade off and continue. But at some point, and I think some people think that this is about Dochi. Why y'all defending Dochi? People can, not like her, and that's not what it's about. It has nothing to do with Dochi the person per se, but everything to do with how certain media personalities have been critiquing and speaking about black people in general, and especially women. Now, that don't mean you got to be a fan of a person or anything like that to stand up for what's right and say enough is enough, right? Now, in this video, we're going to react to a clip of Aiden Ross talking to academics, of course, his main guy, the main sellout guy, and some of the things they say, because this is how you try to twist the perception of what really happened, what was really said, why it was said, and we just can't let that happen. So let's get into this video.
If it's someone else that says it, and even glasses Malone said the same thing. He was like, "Oh well, Ack is black." So if Ack said it's cool, no, like it's not that Aiden, like they were making it seem like you're unfairly or you're just randomly attacking.
Well, Ack, I just think they've never seen me come out like Wendy Ortiz or Pokimane. Or I say that
they're not gonna
Ack. You have Ack. I say the same words. I called the people I just named dirty bitches before. It's not just.
All right, so we got probably two things here. One, I don't think Glasses was saying it's okay for academics to disrespect Dochi because academics was black. I think what he was saying more so was things that are coming from a racist element. I think that's what he's addressing. The disrespect, especially that has racist overtones. I mean, and that even carried over to what Aiden said about Glasses and Trap, talking about they go take care of your kids and your baby mama, like super racist overtones, no? And Glasses had to point out, bro, I ain't even got no baby mamas. I ain't got no kids. So there you go. Then Aiden tries to justify this by saying, oh, well, I'm misogynistic and disrespectful to all types of women. Okay, so that's supposed to be fine. We supposed to let that go. And look, let's say you got a racist guy who beats his wife, his white wife, right? And he still makes racist comments and things like that toward a woman of color. Does that make it okay because he beats his white wife? Oh, well, I beat my white wife too, so like I should be able to still say what I want, to these black women or to these black men. Or I should still be able to act racist towards people because I treat my woman like shit anyway. No. That doesn't justify any of that.
I'm only calling Dochi a dirty bitch because she's black. They don't see that clip. You're involved in the streaming world, so you see when I come at all these people. You get it.
I know.
They don't see.
I know.
Yeah.
You get it.
And I don't only call the black women dirty bitches. I call the women that are dirty bitches dirty bitches. It's not. I don't look at skin. And I don't.
What makes these women dirty bees is what I'm trying to figure out. What makes Dochi a dirty bee? The only reason this is all a thing, and let's see, it's funny how we've pivoted and made the focus something other than what it originally was. All of this started because Drake lost the battle. All of this started because these guys couldn't handle it. And I don't know what the hell with Aiden, there's a lot of business and money going on when it comes to Drake, right? It's not just their so-called friendship. They got a lot going on too. And allegedly a whole illegal ring. We'll see about that. So there's a lot more going on there with the defense of Drake. But this all started because of that. And so it became one of those things where they began to attack anybody associated with TDE and things like that. But the attack became more venomous and more targeted to women. And it's crazy because, yeah, they've said things about others in TDE, but you don't go this hard on the male members. You just don't. And some of them, Hit a J3 and all them, they done said way crazier stuff. You said way crazier stuff, but you don't hear this type of rhetoric aimed at them, do you?
look at color. I don't look at any of that bullshit because I'm gonna give it a buck, bro. 2026, and I believe that like right now we're like this is the truth, bro. Like everybody is so divided, and everybody makes everything about a background or race or religion. It's like everybody's just so separated, and I don't know, bro. It sucks, you know. And it's funny because I can't speak on this because then the Jewish man's talking about this shit. Like, but I get it. So I completely understand where the people are now. What I think is corny, these 50-year-olds threatening to with gang members is just so corny to me. Like, it really is corny. These are grown men that are grandfathers.
I didn't like that. And by the way, here's the thing. What I said to
yo, this is crazy. So now he's playing the victim. I didn't like that after I've been disrespecting this woman for no damn reason online, calling her out of her name, that someone would actually come to her defense and that they would make a stand and draw a line in the sand and say, hey, if you don't stop doing this, there could be consequences. I don't like that. Who are they to tell me what to do? They're like, no, bro. Nobody, I don't care. These dudes was 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. He drew a line in the sand and said, hey, man, when it comes to these women, you're going to stop what you're doing or else. Period, point blank. I don't care. Just because you a POS and self-proclaimed equal opportunity POS, we're not going to tolerate it over here for our people. And it's just that. So, again, these guys are very good at trying to frame themselves as the victim after they receive public backlash for victimizing others. We've seen this over and over and over again. Even with academics. That's why he's talking to academics. And I'm sure these two probably go back and forth and try to figure out ways to spin these things. But they are very good at trying to frame themselves as the victim once they receive public backlash and go too far in certain areas or on certain topics.
Glass, and I said it to you. I said, listen, you know, you guys miss an opportunity to bridge some. Again, I agree with Aiden responding and defending himself, because a lot of times when they get mad at me, they're like, well, why did you say this to so-and-so? When somebody goes 5%, I go 500%. They never see the 5%. They're like, well, why'd you go 5%? So I agree and I defend you for defending yourself. But here's the thing. Everything you're telling me, what I know, which is, you kind of use the same language for all races. They're not going to use that. Nuance won't be really brought into. The only thing I would say to you is that, and this is the only part that you have to be cognizant about. There are sensitive groups that would think about, like, they're just sensitive of that. Like, black people are sensitive.
Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. If the glasses guy and Joe Buttons, why don't they, if they really love Doechii for being a black woman, why don't they go stream her music? Why don't they go support her? Why don't they go to her shows? They don't give a fuck. They're using this as a moment to
I think that's irrelevant to the point. You don't know if they stream her music or not. That's one. Two, whether or not you go to a show is not an indicator of whether or not you support somebody. So that's irrelevant. Academics started to say something about he think Glasses and missed an opportunity. I don't know if he's going to get into what that opportunity could have been, but not everybody wants an opportunity to bridge a gap. Not everybody wants an opportunity to have a conversation. Some things got to be nipped in the bud. And I think that it's always the people who are doing the offending that want you to, well, why didn't you try to do this? Or why didn't you try to have that conversation? Not everything needs a fucking conversation. Not everything needs, let's just see if we can work this out and if we can come to some sort of no, there's only one understanding. Stop doing that shit. Period. Like, when you have a zero tolerance policy for certain things, it's zero tolerance. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to sit down and understand. There's no opportunities to be had. Period.
I'll chase off it to create other moments and to create clips. It's the truth. It's the truth. If they really gave a fuck, then how come they're not consistent with what they do, what they speak about, and what they preach? Straight up.
So, but you don't know that.
Joe, like myself, kind of like put out the same thoughts that we kind of thought she was an industry plant. But I think he reverted to, oh, I'm in protect black women mode when you spoke, and it's because there's this like inclination that they're like, well, this guy's racist.
Yeah, but the two aren't the same. To critique somebody, black or white, but as a black man, to critique Doechii, to voice your opinion of, I don't know, maybe her come up, whatever. That's not disrespecting her. And so that's not a contradiction. Even if Joe said, yeah, man, Doechii's an industry plant, that's not a contradiction based on what Aiden said to say, oh, well, he's not support. Look, you don't have to like every black woman as a black man. you don't have to support all of them, but you should have a certain level of respect toward women in general. I think that's just me, man. Call me old school, I guess, right? But you should have a certain level of respect, especially for your people. But again, that don't mean that you let people push you over. That don't mean you let yourself be taken advantage of. And yes, you do have boundaries and you got to draw a line. And so Joe and them having critiques of Doechii, or anybody for that matter, that is not the same as somebody just being blatantly disrespectful, especially someone who has a public platform that can reach hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. Like that's just irresponsible. And so they're trying to conflate these 2 points, but they're not the same. They are totally different things.
So let's change it, because Joe and Doechii don't get along neither. I don't know if you know. They're not like, but whatever you said about Doechii,
they're using siding with her. It's not even a side. They're using creating this hit piece against me because they're seeing how much, bro. It's all over Twitter.
I know I keep stopping it, but they saying a whole lot here. I didn't even listen to this first, but okay, now it's a hit piece against Aiden. And again, Joe doesn't have to like Doechii. You don't hear Joe Budden on his platform, though, saying the things about Doechii that Aiden Ross been saying. You just don't. So it's not the same.
It's like so big. It's such a popular thing. Why don't these people stream her music? Why are they not streaming her music then? Listen, if you have a big issue and you want to support, your people, that you fuck with, why not stream their music?
How you know they're not?
Why don't people talk about how much of a shit musician she is? Why? Because they understand that she's a shit musician and she's an industry plant, and it's insecurity at the end of the day. She's even talking about it in a song with SZA. So we know it's true, right? We know it's true, and I'm not going to back down on that. And now when people want to threaten my life and stuff, I really wish they would, bro. I walk around 4 security guards. Okay. I'm about to upgrade to Mossad at this point with police. I really wish somebody's head will get fucking one tapped. I really dude, I'm not here to attack anybody.
And by the way, I also said that too. I think there's some.
I don't know why this dude think that having security could stop somebody. Listen, man, if someone's determined, and I'm not saying I wish any violence on anybody, but sometimes you open that door, bro. You open the door, you don't know who's going to walk through it and take up the challenge. And one thing about it in life, you can have all the security you want and something can still happen. It's happened to world leaders. All it takes is that one person who doesn't care. That's all it takes. And your security means absolutely nothing. Even if they get that person afterward, it means nothing. It doesn't give you and I think these guys think that because they got money and they can hide and hire security, oh, I can say what I want, do what I want, and ain't nobody going to be able to touch me. Just take one person, man. Keep pulling on the lion's tail. Eventually, you're going to turn around and bite you.
Much like conversation, I feel like are going past like the intended people. I also said to Glasses, I'm like, listen, when you suggest, if you suggest violence onto Aiden, make sure you're doing it yourself. Because if you go suggest some young kid to go listen to you and try to do something dumb, especially the Aiden in public, you move correct as you should. You're gonna set somebody up to go get their shit split. Like that's not cool.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would you put that out? And most of the times, those are CTAs. That's a call to action. You're not gonna do it. This whole idea of, oh, I'm gonna he has a boxing match. Try it. You're not gonna come there. You're not gonna go do nothing. So don't put that out in the air.
I'll have the police pull up so quick and put them in cuffs faster than anything. And then I have to
I'll have the police pull up so quick and put them in cuffs faster than anything. Oh man. Hey, it's funny that they always want to revert to logic and reason when somebody, put the word out on them. Don't nobody care about that. That's what they don't realize. Nobody cares about all that. You talk about you said somebody they gonna get their shit split and this all over. No, they don't care about that, bro. It means nothing.
He's an heir.
The
What
police
you
come
mean?
after the crime. They say the police come. His dumb ass. The police come after the crime. No, motherfucker. If you threaten me and pull up on my property, I'm gonna get you fucking arrested. Like I don't care. There's no ifs, ands, or buts because people don't understand. You're very smart. You're very intelligent. And if you live in a state where it's stand your ground, and I think that people are threatening. I've had threats online, and I see them. I'm allowed to have my security take action to defend me. So if you threaten me online in a vivid threat saying you're going to kill me or you're going to do this to me or you're going to get me beat up, that's a threat. That's a threat. And I've already contacted police about that. I'm not a street rapper. Why don't these guys go slide on their fucking ops, go slide for their people and go after their ops? Don't worry about me, the little Jewish streamer kid. Let me do.
This dude, man, this is so pathetic, yo. So now I ain't a street dude. I ain't a rapper. I ain't this. I ain't that. But you put yourself and interject yourself into these sorts of politics, into these sorts of situations. You disrespect people who may have affiliations in these areas. And what do you think is going to happen at some point? Like, I think a lot of people have been tolerant for a long time, have been patient, and have probably stood down for one reason or another over the years, right? And allow shit like this to go on for whatever reason. But all of that means nothing. Again, we got this guy trying to make himself a victim after he viciously attacks people. We'll just say people in general, because Doechii ain't the first one. Doechii ain't the first one. And depending on how much time I got, I'll play a clip that I came across of him doing this on numerous occasions.
My own shit, you got nothing to worry about. These motherfuckers enact real gangsters move in silence. That's what somebody told me.
No. What I do agree. I feel like if they were going to do something, they wouldn't announce it. But I would say this. I feel like there's an opportunity miss. I feel like he was trying to convey that, hey, listen, some people might find, again, I'm with you because I know how you talk about everybody. The same way you talk about me is the same way you would talk about, like any other friend, like this. Yo, when you say you fat piece of shit, like you say the same thing to a white guy who's a fat piece of shit. It's the same thing.
Thank you.
Look.
Wait, hold on. I want to, because I'm in your chat. Like, again, for people that don't understand, she talked about me first. This trash. Nobody cared about the Doechii is trash meme. Everyone was saying that back then. I'm not the only person saying Doechii was trash a year ago. Everybody was on that train. She dissed me recently in a song. And for those of you saying, oh, it wasn't about you, Aiden, it was. Because all these publicists, ACT knows this, all these agencies, Complex gets paid by these people to push a hit piece. Complex posted something with my face on it. They obviously knew what it was about. So their management had that hit piece done. So she stirred the pot back up. I called her a dirty bitch. I call every girl that I have a problem with a dirty bitch. I'm not giving her extra cookie points. Everybody that I don't fuck with, I'm going to be on the same rant. And if you know, you know. If not, you don't.
And by the way, also, here's the thing, too.
Yeah, well, if you're going to do all that, then you got to accept the consequences of those actions, man. You can't make yourself the victim.
And it's so interesting. Like, so from that realm, the Kendrick Lamar, TDE, like PG Lang realm, how everybody started, and this is why I agree with you. I do believe they ceded that to the media because they did that with Andrew Schultz. When Andrew Schultz had commented something about Kendrick, and they're like, look, this white man is saying that people should R-word Kendrick. And I was like, wait, like that was clearly a joke, but like, wait, are we like seriously gonna like just make this a thing? So obviously that's what it is. But again, I really hate that it went to the point where he started kind of like, dog whistling to say, oh, Crips. Like, we're like, that was so stupid. And he's a smart guy.
This is cringe, bro.
He's a smart guy, but like,
corny, bro.
I can't believe
it's cringe, but what they do is not cringe, right?
He went to that. And by the way, even And even to Joe, and Joe's my guy. Like I did a show with him for like one of the best shows, really the best show in hip hop ever. Like Joe's above that too. And I'm not gonna ever say they're pandering because you know these are authentic black people who
They are though. No. They are. They don't act. Listen, if they really cared, about the community and stuff like that, why don't you ever see these guys giving back to where they're from? Why do you never see them help?
Yo, how do you know they don't? That's the thing. How this guy go tell somebody else what they need to be doing or how they need to do it or what their form of giving back looks like? Look, I don't know what Joe Budden and them do, and they're not obligated to do it based on fucking Aiden Ross's idea of what that is or whatever, right? It's not. But none of that, again, none of that gives him a license to do and say what he does and says. And again, if you cool with it, you cool with it. But there's going to be a lot of people that ain't, and there's going to be some stuff that come with that. So you got to be willing to accept that, man, and stop being a little bitch about it, crying about it, trying to make yourself a victim about it.
People out. Why do you only see charges of them beating their women, of their doing really fucked up shit and getting away with it? It's like, that's not true. Like, I feel like we shouldn't give them but this. It's like they don't give a fuck. If they really gave a fuck and this wasn't for clips and views, how come none of them try to hit me off about it? How come nobody tried to, Whack did. Whack was like, yo, I'm gonna talk to Aiden. I'm gonna try to, figure some out. He did. But my whole point was, it's like,
this is why I'm trying to bridge the gap, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, I think also your name, like when I listen to Joe speak about you, slightly a little bit disappointed. It feels like he doesn't care. Like he's talked about you quite a bit, but he talks about you like he used to talk about Vlad, where it's like, oh, I don't care to ever engage with him, but I'm gonna keep talking about him. You shouldn't,
right?
Like I've always said this: if you're not willing to talk to me, nothing I do should ever affect you. You should be
That's
like, all right,
bullshit.
I'm gonna X amount of my orbit, and I'm not gonna even deal with them.
No, you can talk about somebody and still not want to engage with them. That makes no point. That makes no fucking sense at all.
And the idea of not being willing to engage with somebody but keep talking about him, at a point it kind of feels like you're just trying to use this person as the this is the dartboard of everything you're mad about, or you're trying to make other people feel good that you're making a stance about.
All right, well, that's the end of that, man. We're gonna end that right there. Let's check out some of these comments. Why don't they stream her music? She has 23 million monthly Spotify listeners compared to someone he loves like YoungBoy that has 20. Next thing they'll say, oh, she's bought. Yeah, the point of why don't they stream her music is a non-point because you don't know if they do or don't. You really don't. Bro really said, I don't see color in the year of our Lord 2026. Drake lost to Kendrick and they're taking it out on Doechii just because she signed to TDE. Yeah, no, that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what it's been. So somebody said, I stand with Aiden. Everyone says she a plant. It's obvious. Has nothing to do with color. Protect black women, but was shitting on Meg. Support her music then. They all know. Yeah. Saying somebody a plant, that ain't what they said either. Nobody was getting on Aiden Ross for saying that she's an industry plant. And so that argument is null and void. Nobody cares about if you want to call her an industry plant or not. Typical white boy behavior, talk shit and call the police when the block gets hot. Now somebody said Glasses Malone is the biggest clout chaser. He don't give a damn about Doechii. He doing this for clout. He has never had this much motion in his life. F him. And yeah, okay, well, I wouldn't go that far. This boy really said, I don't just call a black woman a dirty bee, but I also call women of other ethnicities dirty bees as an excuse. What the fuck is going on with these kids? Yeah, no, that's what I said. So you use the excuse that you just an all-around POS to justify this nonsense. Academics is an enabler of this BS. Doechii didn't say Ada's name once, but he's been bullying her since early last year because he's a Drake stan. Yeah, and the point is this: look, even if she said Aiden's name, couldn't you say that's a response to what he said about her before that? Like they want to kind of gloss over that point, right? Now let's check this out real quick. So this says, yikes, Aiden might need to quit while he ahead. because the narrative about to kick off, but this might need to go ahead and happen.
Dochi rant? Oh, dude, don't get me started on that bitch. Hey, don't get me started on that bitch. Fuck Dochi. What an entitled, unintelligent piece of shit she is, bro. Okay, I mean, I get to make $200K more than your entire family in one little deposition sit down, and just like this, a snap of fingers. So I'm happy. And keep dick sucking Megan, that's lying about the wound. She won't show the wound for a reason. She's not gonna show it for a reason, and that's why. All right. All right, good boy to you. I did fuck sexy red.
Okay.
Piss you off, like, bro. I saw Cardi B, like a 30-year-old grown ass woman, bro, with like 3 children, fucking twerking. Like, bro, that is disgusting.
And to all my HBCU brothers and sisters. Hello to all my Divine Nine brothers and sisters.
You are not black. You're not black. Stop trying. You're not.
Now, you can have your own personal opinions about the women he was talking about in that clip. That's fair and that's fine. Some of the things that they might do is understandable if you don't agree with those things. I don't think that's the point of the clip, though. I think the point of the clip is these things are always geared toward women of color. That's the point of the clip. So whether or not you think Cardi B is whatever for twerking, or whether or not you think Kamala, whatever, that's not the point. So we got to make sure we stay on topic. The point is, where are the clips of him doing these things to people of his own nationality and color? Because there's a lot of them out there that deserve it. I ain't gonna lie. At least some critiques. But these guys come into our spaces, and you can never, like, the rationale that because maybe some people don't respect black women, some black people or some people of color don't respect their own women, or because they disrespect their own women, that gives you the ability to come in and do the same. No. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. And so that's a lot of the rationale that these guys use, is that, oh, well, the rappers do it, or this person does it, or that person. First of all, they don't represent the whole of Black America. They really don't. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, that doesn't give you the right. That doesn't give you the right. And so what these guys are trying to do is real diabolical. You know, it's real diabolical, man. And I know some people might wonder, oh, well, why are you playing this clip and why are you letting them, giving them? Because we have to. Like, I get tired of hearing people say that or reading those things in the comments, because these guys have access to hundreds of thousands, together millions of people, and these ideals go out there. And so you need people like me who can put this out there, videos like this, talking about the other side of things. If all these people, if all these kids get and all these young adults get is this bullshit, then that's going to shape them somehow, right? It's not going to affect everybody, but it does shape some of their beliefs. Look at the red pill movement. And so those types of ideals do damage, man. And so you need people who have platforms to come and rebut these things, to point out the flaws, and to stand against the bullshit. So, like, don't hit me with the why you talking about or why you giving them, because they're spewing this fucking poison. They're putting this shit out there, and somebody has to say something about it. Period, point blank. All right. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.